Hi, Shepherd of the Hills. As we begin the season of generosity and launch our stewardship campaign called The Ripple Effect, we're going to be telling stories about ways in which our investment of time and energy and treasure in the people around us causes ripple effects that go far beyond anything that we initially imagined. And one of those stories involves Divine Redeemer Presbyterian Church, the church where I served for 30 years. A number of years ago, Beth approached me and said, "Is there a possibility that maybe we could do something in San Antonio this summer? Many of the seniors in our community have very limited resources, and a lot of the housing stock that they live in is beginning to deteriorate." And so we reached out to the seniors that we had relationships with and asked them, "Is there anything that you might need that would be helpful?" And so we had the opportunity to paint a house and to fix the porch on another house and to build a ramp on another home. And we felt very happy with the impact that we had that day. But we never could have imagined what would happen next. After a few years of working together, we discovered there were in fact many households. The first year, we struggled to find some folks who would let us work on their homes, but by the next year we had 10 people on the list, and the year after that we had 25 people on the list, and very soon we had to start picking which homes were the ones we could actually take care of. Well, that was a ripple enough, but it got even bigger, because a few years later we were approached by Methodist Healthcare Ministries to consider engaging in addressing a health equity issue in our neighborhood. And we put together a coalition. We surveyed about 100 seniors in our community, and we discovered, in fact, that we had a huge need for this kind of repair work in our community. And working together, we presented a proposal to Methodist Healthcare Ministries, and we received $1.2 million to work on 100 homes over the course of the next 3 to 4 years. Building Hope Together is now the name of that coalition. And we are engaging in this kind of repair work in an ongoing way and fully expect that this will become a long-term ministry for Divine Redeemer, House of Neighborly, and San Antonio Time Dollar. They've already done close to 70 homes, and they're hoping to get another 40 homes done over the course of this next year. So thank you. Thank you for tossing your stone into the pond of our lives and the pond of our Westside community, because the ripple effects that have resulted from that are blessing many more families now.
You never know what you're going to find when you go out on the Mobile Loaves and Fishes truck. What you find is a lot of need, of course, a lot of people who are just struggling to get by on a day-to-day basis. But what you also find is a lot of generosity and a lot of giving back. And there's one story that I think really captures that. Beeman Floyd was out on the truck, and he was at a place called the South Austin Marketplace, which is a short-term housing place for people who are just getting out of prison or out of a halfway house or trying to get off the streets and find a job. And there are always a ton of people there, and we were handing out sandwiches and food, and about toward the end of the time when we were there, when the truck was running low, one of the people who came was a woman. She came and she asked for food for a lunch bag to take to work. And at the end, she said, "I want to give you something." And she took money out of her pocket, a bunch of bills and some coins. And of course, Beeman said, "You don't have to pay us. That's why we're here. We're just giving the food away." And she said, no, I want to give you something so that you can give more food to other people. And she gave Beeman $12. That next day, on Sunday morning, Beeman came into church, and he told the story from the pulpit. And he kind of gave us a challenge. He said, "Can you match what this homeless person, what this person who's really in a tough situation, can you match what she has done?" That morning, before everybody went home, we raised $12,000 for Mobile Loaves and Fishes. And by the time we were done raising money, we had enough money to buy a brand new truck for Mobile Loaves. We sent the money to Mobile Loaves and Fishes, and they sent that message out, in an email blast to all the congregations that support Mobile Loaves and Fishes here in Austin. And all those congregations stepped up. I have no idea how much money they raised, But at the end of the day, that one woman's $12 had turned into a new truck and tens of thousands of dollars to support the work that Mobile Loaves and Fishes does every day in Austin. Those $12, they were a tiny little pebble, but they fell into the well of our generosity, the well of generosity across Austin, and they created enormous ripples all over the city. I think people today, every time I go out on the truck, even now, I always remember that this truck can be traced all the way back to that tiny little pebble.